So I've got a PCP, and it basically means that at the end of my term I have to pay £7,700 off.
Live out of your means. Like, I'm not living out of my means. Because I am just, that's what I was curious about. Like, how are you guys affording these cars?
I have $83,000 worth of debt in the year of 2025, and last month I was able to refinance my car payment from a 7% interest rate down to a 2% interest rate. Have me
Hi guys, this is Mo from Revolux Talk. Welcome back. Today we'll be looking at high car payments and how some people are coping with them. We'll also be looking at refinancing and how refinancing can essentially save you a lot of money on interest. Also, towards the end of the video, there'll be some tips on how to best buy your new car. Definitely stick around till the end. Now, if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe and comment below. Now, as you know, I'm based here in the UK. I'd love to hear about how some of you are coping with car payments from wherever you're from. So whether that's the UK, Canada, Australia, America, Asia, I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, for now, let's get into the video.
Basically, so I've got a PCP, and it basically means that at the end of my term I have to pay £7,700 off. At the moment it stands at about £10,100. I had a settlement letter come through the other day. So the reason why I add it is because it's money that's going to bite me in the arse next year, and I really want to get it paid off because I love my car and I want to keep it. When I tried looking at new cars, I just genuinely can't afford the repayments for a car of the same standard as mine. I hope this makes sense though. I think a lot of people don't add the car into the value of their debt, but I need to pay mine off. That's the reason why I've added it.
You know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. If the car's still running quite well, why take on more debt with a new one? Paying off the balance could be a smarter move in the long run. What do you guys think? Would you keep your car or trade it in?
I'm finally about to buy a new car, but I have no idea how to finance it. I asked everyone on my stories what they thought, and I have never had so many different responses. So I really wanted to share this because I think it is so good to talk about. For a lot of us, a car is one of the most expensive things that we'll own, but it's the thing that it depreciates in value. So I think it's so valuable to know for anyone else looking into getting a car, what other people's experiences have been of like PCP, hire purchase, or a bank loan. Like for me with a hire purchase, I actually kind of regret it in a way. I had no services included and there's no like warranty, which makes me think PCP could be the way to go, but a lot of people say bank loan. However, I've also seen that if you get a bank loan, you can have a lot less like protection because it's not seen as a loan for a car. So that kind of worries me a bit as well. I'm not sure how valid that is, mind, but again, it's just like things that I hear. So I think it's so important for more people to share their experiences or anything that they actually know. Like I wish I had this type of conversation before I got the last car that I did. It's cost me thousands in repairs and it is depreciated by £5,000 across such a short space of time. So yeah, please let me know if you would do hire purchase, PCP, or bank loan, or just any experience you've had on any three. I think it would be so useful for people to read.
That's a rough situation. Thousands spent on repairs and £5,000 drop in value all in a short time. It's just a reminder, isn't it, that the cost of a car isn't just the finance deal, it's everything that comes with it. So HP means full ownership, but you carry all the risk. PCP gives you flexibility, meaning that you can change your car every couple of years at the end of the agreed period, but you don't own the car unless you pay that big final payment at the end. If you've got a solid credit score, a personal loan from the bank might actually work out cheaper overall. There's no balloon payment at the end as well, and you own the car outright from day one. In the long run, the best deal is the one that protects your money, not just your monthly budget.
On this post, a lot of people are screaming like, you shouldn't live out of your means. Like, I'm not living out of my means. I just genuinely have questions because I know how expensive these vehicles are per this comment. And honestly, thank you for comments like this one, because that's what I was curious about. Like, how are you guys affording these cars? And I appreciate everyone being open and honest. Like, yeah, we have mid six-figure jobs. My husband does really well. I got it from my parents, etc. And I'm not saying I'm going to get rid of this Honda to get something else. I love this Honda. I do. The Tahoe is just my dream car. I'm just probably never going to get it. And we're going to drive this Honda until 2055. Now, like in these situations where cars are $2,000 a month, like that's more than half of people's paychecks, legitimately. And then for us, like we live pretty moderately, but we have twins. We have expenses because of the twins. I work from home, but it doesn't allow me to watch them and work from home. So they have to go to daycare, and twin daycare is not cheap. Plus I want them to have like a an interesting life, so we pay for things like they go to gymnastics, they go to dance. Like, yeah, we don't have to do that, but I want them to have fun. I appreciate comments like this. Really, I do. I do not appreciate the comments that are just like, you shouldn't live, not within your means. Like, okay. And like, people are just hateful, man. But thank you. This is what I wanted. Thank you. But also walking, not having a car and not having transportation. And I don't know. I just feel like a $500 plus car note is absurd. But also walking, not having a car and not having transportation is even more absurd. So like, what do we do in this economy? Because you need a car, there's no way around it. Everybody can't go to a car place or dealership and just drop down cash. And I'm not even sure that's something that you should or would need to do. How much are y'all paying for these car notes? Like, how much are y'all spending on car notes plus car insurance? Because it's honestly getting even more ridiculous, but I low-key can't even be mad at people for paying that much money, because what do? You need a vehicle. People who don't have a car will tell you just how annoying and how hard it is not having transportation, not having a vehicle that you can just count on to have 24/7, or even having a reliable vehicle. Having a vehicle that's not reliable, that's always breaking down and causing you problems, is just as worse as not having a vehicle. So what do you do if you need reliable transportation?
Now, £500 a month is a lot for a car, especially right now when everything from food to rent has just gone up. But not having a car is probably just as bad, or having a car that breaks down often is just as painful, especially when you're relying on getting to work and trying to earn your living. It's a catch-22. The real challenge is finding that balance, a car that gets the job done without draining your income. Now that sometimes means buying a used car and scaling back on some of the features, or even looking for financing with a lower interest rate. In this economy, it's not about the fanciest car, it's definitely about the smartest choice.
Buying a car.
The best way to buy a car is to just buy it outright. And I actually recommend a second-hand car. 3 to 5 years is the sweet spot. At that 3-year point, it's already massively depreciated. And then you could swoop in and you could get a really good value, and it depreciates less so in the time that you have it. But then you also have, okay, what if I want to change my car frequently every couple of years? If you are that person who wants to change your car frequently, you want a nice car, or you are a business owner, because there's a lot of other benefits for business owners, or if you are someone who's really wealthy and you do not mind taking a huge hit on the depreciation and you're paying for it in the first couple of years, then lease. That's how I see it.
Now that's smart advice. Buying a car outright, if you can afford it, is by far the cheapest option in the long run. There's no interest, there's no balloon payments, and there's definitely no stress. And she's absolutely right about the 3 to 5 year old sweet spot. That's just when the car's taken its biggest depreciation hit, but still has plenty of life left in it. You're getting better value for your money, and if you buy wisely, you avoid that trap of overpaying just to look good. It's not about impressing people, it's about keeping your money in your pockets where it belongs.
Because my car, I'm on the hunt for a new car because my car has to go back in December. I currently have an Audi e-tron Sportback Coupe version, Q8 e-tron Sportback Coupe. I don't know, they've changed the name about 5 different times since I got that car. I posted an Instagram story at the weekend, and the lovely woman who actually sold me that car and my A1 that I had before it, she doesn't work for Audi anymore. She works for a company called BYD. And she was like, oh, have you looked at the BYD Sea Lion 7? I feel like it would be right up your street. And I was like, girl, what the hell is a BYD? Anyway, we Googled it, and I am not opposed to another electric car, but I'm also not like I need another electric car either. But I have been looking, and PCP has gotten insane over the past few years, like actually batshit crazy. Like the payments on my car are nowhere near what they would be now if I got a car that was worth what my car was worth when I got it. Like I would be paying easily 4 figures a month for that kind of car now, and it is insane to me how expensive it has got. And I've been trying to find cars that are similar-ish for like the same price or a little less. Literally like Audi, Mercedes, all that stuff. I cannot find one with those brands, which is probably my own fault because let's broaden our horizons. However, we went down to BYD today, to the one in Leeds, and honestly, guys, I'm actually so impressed. The build quality on the interiors of this car is so fucking nice. And these are so much cheaper than your Mercedes, your BMW, your Audis, Porsche, whatever. These are so affordable in comparison, and honestly, quite frankly, this interior feels a lot nicer and a lot like stronger built. Like there's no like flimsy plasticky bits in this. It feels nicer than some like 80k to 100k Mercedes cars. Like, what? Also, went to Mercedes afterwards, and for a car with a lower on the road RRP price, so the Mercedes was technically worth less, it would be £3,000 more of a deposit needed to put down, and the monthly repayments were also £250 higher than this car. I mean, this is the Mercedes for comparison. I know that some people will really like this, and they are kind of different on the interior, but honestly, the build quality on this on the inside is so nice. And I had never ever heard of this company before, like ever.
So BYD might not have the badge appeal just yet of an Audi or say a Mercedes, but the quality is definitely there, the technology is solid, and obviously the monthly payments are a lot lower, and this is way more manageable. For many families and commuters, it just makes financial sense. The question is for you, are you buying the name or are you buying a car?
I have a $25,000 car loan that I'm trying to pay off in 2025. I got my car a year and a half ago. It's a beautiful car. It's a Honda Civic, so it's a very reliable vehicle. Although I don't completely regret my decision to finance a car, I do want to de-influence you if you are somebody who's in the process or who is looking into financing a vehicle. I have an 8.99% interest rate on my car, which is very high. And if you're someone who has an average or below average credit score, the chances are you're gonna get an equally high interest rate. Over the course of my 7-year loan, I'm probably gonna pay an extra $12,000 on top of the principal of my car. Interest is really how they get you. So if you don't have an amazing credit score and you can't get an amazing interest rate, I would highly suggest you don't. Second of all, owning a vehicle costs so much more money than meets the eye. You have to worry about your insurance, you have to worry about your maintenance, you have to worry about your tires. For some reason, you have to change your tires like all the time. It generally just takes up a really high portion of your monthly income. On top of your car payments, it can get very heavy. And the last thing I'll say when it comes to car payments, when I think about my car payments and how much I spend on a monthly basis and how I could be investing that money, it makes me realize how much more of a mistake it was for me personally to finance my car. I'm not saying that financing is a bad decision, but I just really want you to have all the facts and to really assess your situation before you go ahead and do it.
Financed car is one of the biggest reasons why people in the UK are struggling financially. The average monthly car finance payment is nearly £400 a month. £400. Now every time I create a video on the subject, I get the same responses. I can't afford to buy a second-hand car. Second-hand cars aren't reliable. And you don't know my financial situation, you don't know what it's like, it's not easy. So let's work through it. Second-hand cars aren't reliable. What does your brand new car become as soon as you drive it? A second-hand car. Weirdly, you think it's a reliable car. Can you not see the flaw in this logic? The argument of not being able to afford a lump sum payment to buy a second-hand car is the one I probably understand the most. And there's no getting away from the fact that you're probably gonna have to sacrifice a little bit to start with to get yourself out of this financing cycle. Maybe that means getting a shitter first car. Maybe it means trying to get more income so that you can put more aside to save up and then buy a car outright. And that £400 that you're putting towards a financed car or whatever it is that you're paying, you can then set that aside and put it towards an upgraded car. And there's nobody telling you when you can and can't do this. You can do it every year. You can do it every 6 months if you want to. And yes, finally, I do not know your financial situation. But what I do know, universally, the one thing that can change everybody's situation for the better is not having a car payment going out every single month so that you've got more money to spend on things that you need and want.
Now, I think this chap does raise a few good points. I mean, £400 a month on car finance is nearly £5,000 a year. That is quite expensive if you think about it. Now, a reliable second-hand car with good service history can save you hundreds, if not thousands of pounds per year. It might not be perfect, but sometimes a good enough car is better than the monthly financial stress.
I have $83,000 worth of debt in the year of 2025, and last month I was able to refinance my car payment from a 7% interest rate down to a 2% interest rate. Have me currently on a payment pause where I don't have to pay anything until August, but we are not going to let the interest rack up on a $33,000 car. So let's go make a payment. So as of right now, I owe $33,762, and I hate odd numbers. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna pay $762 to make it an even $33,000. Okay, so I officially owe only $33,000 on my car, only $33,000. I asked them to apply that $762 to the principal of the loan, so that means I'm not paying on any interest or anything, so that reduces the overall amount of the cost of the car. So it's super exciting. We're still making progress. To follow along with how I'm using social media and TikTok Shop and all of the things to pay off my debt, go ahead and click that like and follow button, and I'll see you in the next update.
Now, refinancing from 7% down to 2% is a smart move, especially on a $33,000 car. Now, you can normally sort of refinance your car when you get to the end of your agreement. So, for example, in a PCP agreement, you can either choose to hand the car back, swap your car, or refinance the car and just extend your agreement period, and that alone can save you thousands and thousands of pounds in interest over time. She's also making some overpayments, which is also going to save you money against the interest over time, so it's a smart move.
3 tips to get the best deal at a car dealership. Number 1, go in at the end of the month, towards the end of the day. Most dealerships have sales targets they need to hit. Number 2, don't go in on a Saturday. That's their busiest day. Losing one sale won't bother them. Number 3, never tell them that you're paying in cash. They make most of their money from the finance, so keep payment talk until the end when you have the final price. Good luck.
Hi guys, thanks for watching. If you've ever had to deal with high car payments yourself or found a clever way to save money, drop it in the comments. I really want to hear your story. If you've got any value from this video, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and the bell for further notifications. I'd really appreciate the support for the channel. And I've got more real talk and money saving tips coming your way in the next few videos. So I'll catch you in the next one and see you soon.